I am live. Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday evening or Sunday morning if you're on the other side of the planet. Hello, Zen friends. Welcome. Hey, everybody. So glad to have you here and welcome to another beautiful time of messages of love from above. Before we get into everything, let us balance out some of this energy that's going on in the world and within ourselves by bringing in some beautiful love energy from above. We'll let that flow into us, fill up our lives, and then flow out to the world, allow it to do whatever it wants to do out there in the outside world, right? So we'll start with hitting the singing bowl. We'll start first by taking a big deep breath and coming back to right here, right now in this moment, coming out of the future, coming out of the past into this moment. If you want to raise your love vibration immediately, if we think of one thing to be grateful for right here in this moment, and sincerely be grateful for it, that immediately raises our vibration, allows us to be open for messages from spirit, and we attract what we are focusing on being grateful for as well. So if you'd like to join me, I'm going to take a big deep breath, hold it for as long as you feel comfortable, don't pass out, and then we'll bring in the singing bowl. So here we go. Big deep breath in. All right, here we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. I love that energy. All right. So blessings, everyone. Welcome to this evening's session. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. We got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, two things we can always be or that are useful in this human adventure that we're on for sure. So welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. So you're welcome here always. So blessings to you. If you're wanting to know how everything works, in the description box of the video, there's a detailed description in the description box. Imagine that of how everything works. Donations do get priority. I step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those donation readings. That's how brudda-zen eats. So I do honor that energy exchange. And then I return back to the free readings. I'm on for 3 hours this evening, and whatever I will always finish donations. If I get into the free readings, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, depending on how much time we have. But so after 3 hours, I cut it off. But on Sundays, it's different. If you've been trying to get your free reading and I haven't been able to get to it, come back on Sunday mornings. I put out the announcement around 10 a.m. Mountain Time. I go live from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but the chat is available early. Just a little secret. But if you jump, it's available right away. You can make donations. You can put your chat out there. You can start early. And as long as you get your question out there in there from that time period, whatever I don't finish in my 3-hour live stream, I take a break, go eat, rest, rejuvenate, come back on and finish out everything, including free readings. Last night, Friday, we got through everything, Friday evening. Didn't get to any free readings on Thursday or this morning's. So it all depends on what we, like I said, depends on the session. Who knows? Who knows? Only spirit knows. And they don't tell me. So I know. You think they tell me everything? No, no. I'm going to need to know just like you are. All right. Um, I'm going to be using the Arcanus Animal Tarot today, this evening. And for anyone that makes a donation, you do get a fortune cookie is what I call them, and we're going to be using the Soul Coaching Oracle by Denise Lynn. So that's what you'll get along with your donation as well. After every session, I do keep track of all the timestamps as I'm going down through all the readings. And then after I'm done with a session, I do also pin a comment listing all of the readings I completed with the timestamp. So all I have to do is click on that timestamp. It takes you directly to your reading. So that's the skinny on everything. I think that's everything. Can't think of anything else. So let us get into it. Where we're at in donations, I do have 3 for Amazing Grace via CashApp. And then, hey, Deb, we will be to you next after that. And then we'll jump to Sean G. Hey, Sean G. Hey, Amazing Grace. Hey. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And of course, we've got Day with the Jewelry and Mika Khan and JJJ. Ashish and Eagle and Ateshi, thank you guys. You might not be here since you posted earlier, but if not, shout out to all of you that are here. I'm so grateful to be able to gather together like this. And we thank YouTube for, of course, they're free to sign up, but they do take some of my donation money, so you are helping support YouTube too. Hey, Victoria, hello. So let us get started. And all right, let's grab timestamps here. Whoops. Okay. So 808 for Amazing Grace. I love that synchronicity here. Let me grab the correct one here. Zennies. Yeah, right. Hey, what can you say? It's my energy too. All right. So Amazing Grace, thank you so much for your first donation. And you wanted to know divine feminine reading for you. Ooh, I like that. Let's tap into the divine feminine. We could all use that. I know Venus just moved into Cancer, so there's a lot of emotional energy flowing through the divine feminine. It's very amplified right now. Beautiful energy. So comforting. Just so calm. I just feel like suddenly a calm coming over. So I like that. Oh my gosh. And who appears on the bottom of the deck but the Empress, the divine feminine energy of the tarot deck. She's the leader. She's the culmination of all the queens, all the divine feminine energy into one. So it is very much this mother nature, mother nurture energy, very nurturing energy. It's important to care for yourself and know that you are cared for. And I love that energy, feeling very cared for. It's also an expression, it's a birthing, it's a creativity. There's a lot of this energy coming in for you. She has the Ace of Wands coming in for you too, which is your power, recognizing your divine feminine power of creation. And you do have this energy of, that you're not in the back seat of a car or a baby seat, that you're just going along with life, right? You are the creator, the creatress of your life, that there is no right, there is no wrong. There are things that you wanted to experience before you came down here, but that's not right or wrong. That's just fated things that you have pocketed in your life so that you can experience them in this lifetime. But it wasn't because, you know, it's like going on vacation. You're like, oh God, I got to go on the horseback riding. No, you signed up for it. You wanted to experience it. So you were excited for the fated events, that come back into our lives. So I like that energy of the Ace of Wands for you. The power, the passion, the expression of your trueness into the world. And I like that. You got the Judgment card. Higher self, really drawing you into your calling, seeing things from a different perspective too. It is this resurrection. The original tarot, of course, shows like I think it's from based on the Christian Bible of the second coming. It's is it resurrection? It's called something like that. I can't believe I was a Christian for many decades. Yeah, that thing. The whoosh up into the rapture. That's it. Rapture. Um, but it's people rising out of the coffins and an angel blowing the trumpet, which is what is represented here is the blowing of the trumpet, the rising from the dead. And this is this resurrection. It's time for you to step out. It's like you're going through a second rebirth. You've already been through birth, you've already been through a rebirth, but there is this new rebirth, a rebirth that you're having and coming forward. I'm glad you have a sense of humor. So it's like, there it is. So I like this energy, but I feel like it's going to a new level of your creatress, divine feminine creation energy. Because it really is, creator is like the spark, but mother is what brought everything into existence. She's the creator, the creatress. She's very much so entwined with creation. It's the mother and father of all things. They're one, right? And so it's becoming really connected to that. Yeah. Well, yeah, and you have the World card. So here is this energy of an ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure of victory, going to a new level, as I was saying. So very much here. I like this 3 so far. Major Arcana and the Ace of Wands, an ace. So very powerful energy coming through from the Divine Feminine. Underneath all that, you got the Divine Masculine. So you basically have this, here's the mother and father of all things, really connecting to that you have both your divine masculine, divine feminine energy within us. We are the mother and father of all things ourselves, of our own lives, of creation, right? So I like this because 4 major arcana and the Ace of Wands. Very much a time of choosing what you're wanting and deciding, getting out of your head, of course, all the influence as much as we can of what the blah, blah, blah opinion we had from humans rooted in lower vibration and fear, but listening to this higher vibration draw into something new. And I like this Ace of Wands. It is a new spark. It is a new beginning that is coming in here for you. But it's going to be reflected into the outside world, but it all starts in here. And then it moves up into the mind and into the body and into our energetic field out. But I feel like it starts in the heart, which makes sense with it being divine feminine energy. So I like that for you. Let's see what your first fortune cookie brings in here too. Just scooch these in. Let's see what else we have here. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. You definitely feel it. Yeah. Amazing energies this year. All right. What else for Amazing Grace, please? All right. They do want this one. Right, y'all. Got the little book here. We've got Impeccability, card number 28. Look, here's even, looks like an old library. This is the Akashic Records. Let's take a look here. So now is the time to be impeccable in your responsibilities, relationships, and home environment. Gather your discipline and integrity around you like a sacred cloak. No matter what it takes, maintain your power, intent, and focus. Pay attention to details. Ooh. Your soul wants you to know this isn't the time to be lackadaisical or whimsical. This calls for discipline, focus, truthfulness, and certitude. Hone your skills, don't speak unnecessarily, and pay great attention to details. See what needs to be done and do it effectively, swiftly, and with a nobility of heart. You'll reap immense rewards for doing this now. Your affirmation for this one: I am impeccable in my thought, word, and deed. So I like that. Being true and focused in on what is truly important, not getting distracted by the noise, but really focusing on the trueness. So I love that one for you. So that is el numero uno. And then thank you for number 2 as well. For this one, energy about you and your husband. All right, let me take a sip here. All right. Got a nice little rainstorm going on. We had thunder and lightning a little earlier, but now it's just raining and cloudy. But it's 6 o'clock, so we still have a couple more hours of sunlight. But it's that nice. I love storms. Beautiful energy. All right, let's see. Energy about you and your husband. Let's see. I feel like we've got 4 here. And yeah, let me put that back in. It shows up on the bottom of the deck here. You start off with the World card. So they are also going through an amazing change in their own energy. We've got the Knight of Cups. Here's your knight in shining armor. And they have the 8 of Wands underneath that. So they definitely are going through a little transformation of themselves, getting a lot of messages from spirit, really being moved emotionally too, with the balance of their divine masculine and divine feminine energy. So your lives are really paralleled a lot, of course, with different experiences, but you guys are kind of like in step with each other in your own life paths, so that you'll be meeting each other at the perfect timing. You know, your paths just perfect. So I like that energy. We've got the 5 of Swords. Yeah, a bit of battle between the head and the heart, right? Between the drawing out and the heart of above, that energy. You both are going through that struggle. Underneath all those other cards, we do have the 5 of Cups on the bottom of the deck, which stood out to me. And with this other 5 of Swords, there's a lot of change that is happening too. But the change is about letting, it's like release of emotional energy that doesn't serve and mental energy that doesn't serve. So a lot of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that both of you have had about what a relationship and marriage and everything should be, there's a lot of that's been dropping away, and a lot of transformation. It's like in a way, it's a celebration of what's fallen away, but also there's still a little bit of tweaking to do, right? But it's like a celebration of all that you've let go, both mentally, emotionally, energetically, and physically. And there's still a little more to work out, because there's always something, like Rosanna Dana from Saturday Night Live back in the day. Gilda Radner, I love her. So there's always something. And so there is a little bit of stuff to be released and let go of. But it is more of a celebration energy of what has been let go. Right? 3 of Cups. Embracing joy and celebration, and also spiritual posse and spiritual, it's like a social group. So I do feel like there will be a coming together of your spiritual tribe in the physical realm. But I'm also, with this energy being around you and your future husband, there's this it's like you share a lot of, in this lifetime, you share a lot of overlapping spirit guides that are in both of your lives. And it's going to be interesting for you guys, because when you guys come together, it's going to feel so familiar, not only because of your past lifetimes, But because of the energy of their guides, you're going to be like, hey, what are you doing over there? Because they're over here with you, but they're also over there with them, because they could be in two places at once. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, what's happening here? And you're gonna be like, oh, I love that. So very much this familiarity and this bond that comes in. That's funny. You got the Emperor energy. I know, I can't wait, right? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be so different. And they're going to be like equally this, you're both going to have this looks on your faces of like, what the hell's going on? In a fun way, though. You're going to be like, what is this? I love that. But the Emperor energy is good. It's an Aries energy. It's a fire energy. And this is, again, kind of reiterates the both of you stepping into the divine masculine power of your lives and letting go of the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, all that advisors, self-appointed advisors blabbing about life and what it should be. And you guys have both kind of cleared the throne room so that you are clear on what you both want and the plans you both put together and the energy you both put forward. And I like that kind of energy that's here with that. And then the last one here, yeah, Two of Wands. Of course, we can't leave a reading around this without mentioning the importance of our focus of our energy, right? Whatever we focus on grows and expands. And so we can end up falling back into our focusing on want and need and, those types of things. And the fears and that slows things down. But the more we focus on gratitude for what we do have, what we have had, and even in trust, like we asked the creator once, I really would like a loving relationship that's unlike any other, that just is a mirror of the love that's within me. At a high level, and thank you for that. And we ask once, the rest of it's gratitude around all of that, right? So I do like that. Let's see what your fortune cookie is for this one. Okay. Not all these, but that one over here. They're like, choose that one that went flying over here. Wow, I love it. Passion. Fireworks, baby. Fireworks. I love that. Card 36. 3 and 6. Follow your bliss, right? Focus on higher vibration as much as we can. Discover what you absolutely love to do or be, and then, like an arrow directed at its target, don't let anything stop you from fulfilling your passions. Exuberant emotions are coming to you, perhaps in the form of romance. Your soul wants you to know, if you're having difficulty discovering what you're passionate about, go back into your childhood and remember what gave you joy then. If you loved to dance as a child, sign up for a movement class. Better yet, put on music and boogie in the living room to your soul's delight. If you adored your crayons, then pull out those colors and splash their bright hues from one side of the page to the other. If you've enjoyed observing the insects in your backyard, maybe sign up for a nature study course. Once you're clear on what you are passionate about, do whatever it takes to follow that. Don't wait until it's too late. Many people declare that they'll follow their passion when they retire or have extra time, and consequently, they never experience the absolute exuberance of life. Do it now. If not now, when? Live your life with passion, right? Yes. And your affirmation, I passionately accept and love myself. So I love that one for you. All right. So that is what they have for el numero dos. And then on to number 3. So thank you for your multiple donations. Do you have official documents coming from the court? Uh-oh. Whoa. Let's take a look. Do you have official documents coming from the court? All right. Okay, look at 1, 2, and 3. Don't want those. Don't want those. Don't want those either. Okay, we'll do these here. Of course, we'll see here if we get the Justice card somewhere. That would be like a very clear message, right? You have the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. That's peace of mind, right? It's let your mind be at peace, let your mind rest. You know, that's a good calming energy. Yeah, because you have the Nine of Swords, which is nightmare and insomnia, right? We're like, whoa. With the Two of Pentacles. So there's this balance of the outside world and the Ten of Swords. So the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords, all this letting go of fears and expectations and these thoughts and stuff. What's the underlying energy? You have the Seven of Wands, which is an energy about being true to oneself, not not having a need to defend oneself, shining bright. It's like you're taken care of, but this is peace of mind. It's like, don't worry, everything's going to balance out. Everything. It's like letting go of the expectations, letting go of the mind, especially putting the mind at rest. All the concerns of this and that and all that kind of stuff. They're just like, what are you worrying about? Don't worry about it. I can't do a Jersey accent, but well, don't worry about it. However you would say it. But you're gonna be fine. I feel like with all of this, because it's not telling me that you are. Yeah, you deserve that, right? It just feels like you're going to come out shining bright with that Seven of Wands, being up on a hill where you won't need to defend yourself. Just feels like everything balances out with those Two of Pentacles. But just to release all that, and that's good energy to, if I focus on fear around something, then I grow that, I attract it. I'm telling the universe, you know what I'd love to experience? That. And they're like, okay, we'll deliver it. And like, wait. So I focus on gratitude for what I have in this moment. Anytime it starts rising up, the fear of, then it's like, you know what? Everything's going to be fine. No matter what happens, remember who we are, right? This human character, one expression in a moment of this time, it's a little drop in the bucket of our eternity. Remember, we are powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love. Why are we being so serious? It's a giant playground, right? So I have it here. Oh, good. You're hearing me with the accent. That's good. It's your spirit guides. Maybe you have a spirit guide from Jersey. What? Don't worry about it. Or New York City, of course, too. But I like this for you. It feels like if there is something coming, just not to worry about anything here. It just feels like everything is balanced out. So hopefully that helps. I am, I'm not getting like a like a confirmation, but in a way it kind of confirms that, yeah, maybe you do have something coming from the court, but it's all, it's all details. It's like everything will work itself out kind of energy. It's like, don't worry, it's just a thing like anything else, and you'll get through it like everything else. Um, so, boom, boom, boom. Let's see what maybe they'll tell you more in your fortune cookie here. Oh, confirms a lot. Oh, good. Sometimes it's in the little things the confirmations come, right? You know that. You do cards. You do readings for people. Okay, here it is. It's this one. Oh, look. The voyage. Enjoy the voyage, right? Card 51. Another 3 energy, right? The last one was 36. or something like that. Yep, 36. And this one's 5 and 1 is 6. So a journey is coming. Rather than staying in a safe harbor, let your sails unfurl to the wind. The universe absolutely knows, cherishes, and protects you as you ride the currents of your life. Your soul wants you to know that your life is a spiritual voyage, like we talked about. It's a spiritual voyage. And it isn't always what it seems. There have been no wrong turns. Every adventure and misadventure was part of this course. You're a sacred traveler on a pilgrimage to your soul. There's always a deeper meaning to your life's journey than what appears on the surface. Even when you're sailing through dark waters and stormy seas, if you allow yourself to feel it, you'll know that you're always seen, loved, and cherished by the universe, the creator, and your angels. Kind of saying, we got you, boo, right? Affirmation, I am safe and loved no matter where I am. Beautiful. What a great card. I love that. The voyage. All right. So those are what they have for you right now. Amazing Grace. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate those. And hopefully those were helpful. All right. So let's take a look here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let me just get these in here and all right. You are very welcome, my dear. Always a pleasure. Okay. So where we are at, we'll have, so Deb is up next, and then Sean G, we have 5 for you. Boom, 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 boom. And then we will jump over to Red. Hey, Red. And then I just got Susie CashApp. We've got the Gemini. You'll be up after that. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. All right. So Deb, let's grab your timestamp here. And let's see what we have here, Deb. So you've had such a beautiful day. Sunshine, low humidity, 75 degrees. You sat outside all day, connecting with nature and spirit. So much gratitude. I love that. We'll give that a love and a like. And I love that. Yeah, like I said, it's kind of see it's starting to get a little brighter from this side because I think the storm has moved. The sun sets behind me, which is the west. Imagine that's how it happens, right? And the storm, because Pikes Peak is behind me, so the mountain range is behind us. So the storms come over and around and then out to the east. And it's all black out there, but it's getting lighter over here. So love it, love it, love it. It's currently 68 degrees here. Wow, it must have cooled off. Yeah, it's supposed to get up into the 90s again for a while. So that's our forecast, Deb. Hope you enjoyed it. Glad it was cool where you could sit outside. I know you guys back east have been kind of scorched a little bit. All right. So let's take a look here. Yeah, you'll get an oracle here from the soul coaching when we're done. So let's take a peek at next week's energy. See what Spirit wants you to know. Lots and lots of spirit animals with wings today. That's not a surprise, right? Like, yeah. All right, let's see. What does Spirit have for you, Deb? Okay, we've got those 2. I do want this one. They want... Okay, I got to be careful here because they want this one too. Very particular as per usual. And I do want this one, and then that will be the bottom of the deck, of course. All right. Little dance action here. You got 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. And the bottom of the deck, you even have the 2 of Cups, the dance with other people. And I feel like there is an energy here coming this week, a lot of sacral energy about the other, like one-on-one with people. Okay, do you see the sun is coming out? The sun will come out. Not tomorrow, right now, boom. But there is this it's the sacral orange energy of, you know, how the root chakra is about us in relation to groups. The sacral chakra is us in relationship to one other person, not like meaning like your husband, but it can be, but it's like with just one other person. And then the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the yellow, which is the relationship with ourselves. So this is definitely orange energy of dealing with another and the dance with others throughout this week. So I feel like you're going to have some important connections this week with people, and it's important for you to honor when you want to reach out to someone to do it. If you feel nudged, don't go, I don't think they want to hear from me, or, what if they don't want to talk or whatever? It doesn't matter. If you feel a nudge, just act on it. If it's just saying hi via text, and if it's something more unfolds, then it doesn't. It does, but follow that because it's the dance with others this week for you. So I like that for you. Ha ha ha! All right, let's see what else we have here. So, what's the first step? You got the Three of Cups. Yeah. Joy, celebration, tribal energy with the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, this equal giving and receiving energy here. You know what? I thought that they have a shirt in their mouth here. I like that because I thought that was a dog throwing up, but it's not. They have someone's shirt in their mouth, which is interesting. I don't know why they'd have a shirt, or it's a bag. That's what it is. Sorry, it's a bag with coins unfolding here. So I like that. Okay, very good. Yeah. So I like that. I like that for you. But it's the equal. It's the sharing. It's having enough for yourself and sharing with others too. It's not codependency. It's equal giving and receiving energy. So it's not about you feeling responsible for other people, just filling up and flooding over, and having that flow out to others. And then you have the devil card. So we have that energy of, well, it's Capricorn thinking energy, but I feel like you dance with people and then you have this time alone with this shadow work to release thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that you recognized, like you didn't react, but there was a reaction within you about something that someone says. That's always what happens when we interact with other humans, right? Mirrors, mirrors, mirrors. Oh, but of course, you love doing your depth, your deep work. So I do feel here that there is this energy that comes in with this reflecting upon, like, that's the dance, right? You interact with someone, you recognize what comes up within you, and then in your alone time you journal, reflect, do whatever you do with it, right? And become aware of going, oh, that's where that came from. That's why that kind of irked me a little bit, or it sparked something, and you're like, oh, I see what this was. Okay, just I'm going to come back around to that later. But you're not reacting to the person, you're just recognizing it within you. But I love that energy that's coming in here. And then another two step, you got the Page of Cups. Yeah. Higher emotions, higher love, the Empress. Yeah. So Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. Some of this may be, of course, with children, with your children, but it's also the importance of nurturing yourself. But I definitely feel that um, even when I first saw it, I knew it was going to be your daughters. Of course, that's kind of a given anyway. But it is important because there's this heightened emotional experience you do have with them, proud mama moments and very nurturing, loving, caring moments where you just are be in a space. It's like having a little toddler come up to us and want to sit in our lap, and we just let them sit there and share their stories. We don't have to do anything, solve anything. It's kind of like just having mama energy around is what they need, and they don't need you to do anything, solve anything. It's about being present and just sharing this, allowing your cup to fill up and overflow to them as well. So I like that. And then what does that come to? Yep, Two of Swords. Yeah, this battle between the head and the heart. It's funny. So both of you had these Three of Cups and Six of Pentacles energy, and then the Devil card, reflection of mental stuff, right? And beliefs. Then the Page of Cups and the Empress, and then Two of Swords, the battle between the head and the heart. Yeah, right. And so this is again this recognition, yeah, of what's going on inside. But it is a week of interacting with different people, doing the dance with other people, and no matter how small and how big, you'll recognize things, both triggers. As I hear thunder and lightning outside. Well, I hear thunder. I don't see. I see lightning, right? um, but there is this awareness of like, ooh, that would normally I would have reacted so differently with them. But now it's like, well, it didn't even phase. It's a not even a big speed bump. It's just a boom. Did I run over something? Kind of energy. So I like that for you. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. The soul coaching. Oh wow. Other people. Ugh, I know. Imagine this. You have another flying creature. I'm not surprised. I had a feeling you would get one. How many flying creatures are in here? I don't think there's a ton. But of course, you got one with wisdom. Here, that is, again, like sharing wisdom, And it's actually the last card in the deck, too. So it's like this wonderful feeling of have reached a end of a cycle and the beginning of a new adventure that comes in here, too. So it says the cup of wisdom is being presented to you. Listen to the coincidences, signs, and synchronicities around you. Watch for messages from your angels and guides. Enlightenment is growing within you in mysterious ways beyond your awareness. Sit on the earth and allow her wisdom to fill you. It's like what you did today, right? So your soul wants you to know your wisdom has not only come from your joyous, carefree times, it's also bloomed from your perceived failures, deflated dreams, and seemingly wrong turns in life. Cherish every experience, for all of it has deepened your wisdom, compassion, and understanding. Also know that there's an innate wisdom within you, always. It's simply a matter of being still and turning within in order to access it. Sometimes you may be so focused on the future or what's outside of you that you forget that wisdom is available to you now. Your affirmation is all I truly need is within me. I love that. Everywhere this weekend, right? Showing up everywhere. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful owl flying over a lake or a pond or a marsh. So I love that for you. That's what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. I'm so happy to have that come through for you. So many, many blessings. And enjoy. Hopefully your weather will stick around for a little bit, your fun weather. Your fair weather for your fair weathered friends. All right. So, okay, let me take a look here. So we've got these over here. All right. So, Sean G, we are to you. Look, 4444. I love it. You're very welcome. My zany Zen friend. All right. So, Shanji, this will be for 5. So, thank you. Hey, so glad you're here. Thank you for your multiple donations here. We'll start off with El Numero Uno. Guidance for the week is what we have for this one. So, let's take a look. Let me take a sip here, yeah, for the week. I can't believe it's Saturday night, right? Oh my gosh. How did we get to Saturday night already? Can you believe it's August? All right. So let's take a look here. Guidance for the week. What do they have here for you? Got this one, these two under that. All right. Okay. What is this about? All right. So, bottom of the deck, we do have the 9 of Wands coming in here. This is a little bit of an energy of, I don't know, it's not a holding back. It's not like a barrier, but it feels like a kind of more of a slow your roll kind of energy this week. It's like, don't rush, pause before you act kind of energy. Just pause before you act. It'll save you a lot of reworking of things or undoing things or redoing things or wasting things. It's like pause, take a big deep breath, close your eyes, open your heart, and then act kind of energy. So let's see what else they have here for you. Yeah, get the 5 of Wands. So there's a bit of conflicting energy between the head and the heart. So that's good. That's kind of like that close your eyes, open your heart energy. To really, because there is this pulling in two different directions, but we kind of usually are aware of our mental side of things, right? It's that we are more aware of, and we feel like, why do I feel conflicted? Because we're unaware of our heart pulling us in a different direction. We just feel like something's kind of tugging at us, kind of energy. And so it's like, okay, now I get it. When I close my eyes and open my heart, I see the other thing that's trying to pull me in a different direction. And that awareness of it, then we can do that. So, um, so let's take a look here. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles that is coming in here. And the Ace of Pentacles is about new opportunity opening up this week. This feeling of energy that's coming in, and I'm sorry, Arun. Let's try to keep it a little clean in there, if you don't mind. There, we're just going to let me remove those for now. If you want to reword that more, kind of more maybe appropriate for an audience, I'd appreciate that. All right. So sorry. Spirit went to that here. All right. Okay. If you don't stop, I will put you in timeout or ban you. So please stop. All right. But there is this, I feel with this, there is opportunity for growth and change and movement within your week. But it is about that pausing and waiting before it. So it's like, don't, it's not saying don't take any opportunities. It's just saying, just pause, step back, and then, then have action once you brought your heart into it as well. So I like that. You have the 9 of Pentacles. So here is this abundance in the outside world. There is this energy of, it's independence is a good energy, abundance, but also, again, this stepping away like a hermit would, kind of stepping back to see things. And this feels like it's stepping back and seeing things from a higher perspective, kind of energy, like a high priestess goes into our high priestess temple to look down to see things from a bigger, higher, bigger picture. Hermit goes up on a high mountain to see things differently. And I feel like that's kind of this important energy here this week, is just pause and step back, this 9 energy. So it might feel like there's an obstacle, but it's like, okay, the obstacle is just a step in the process this week, especially, to do that. So I like that. All right. You do have the Justice card here. So this is the balance. see things from a higher perspective. And again, that balancing, here's that higher perspective energy that we were talking about, right? See this, energy, see this situation, not from the human supposed to, should, need to, have to energy, but from that higher perspective, right? And I like that balancing out. It helps balance things out this week. So we have the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self, creativity, allowing yourself to be, creative and see those things here. Sorry, let me just take care of this real quick here. All right, we're just gonna have to remove that for now. Sorry, Arun, this isn't the space for that. So I wish you the best in your do that, but this really isn't the place to solve that addiction. You may want to seek other resources for that. And again, here, sorry, so much there, Sean. We got the Judgment card, which is again your calling, seeing things from a different perspective. And I feel like this week, an important piece of this too is remember your why and where we want to, what is it that why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? When I'm 100 years old, looking back on my life, what do I wish I would have done more of, right? And this is about, of course, one of your big passions is sharing creativity with the world and inspiring people to be creative and helping people in their creative process. And so you bring it back to your why. That's how you judge where you're going to invest your energy and your time and resources. Is this in alignment with my true north and my why? So I like that. So I feel like that's the guidance for the week. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in for this one. Hey, Debbie O. Good to see you. Hello, hello. Sorry I didn't get to say hi to you earlier. I was so involved in all the all the readings. I didn't see it till later. All right, let's take a look here. So, Sean, what else do we have here for this week? Hello. All right. We got commitment. Yeah, card number 10. Look at dun, 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 dun. Look, there you are, standing on a mountaintop, seeing things from a higher perspective, like the hermit we were talking about, or the high priestess looking down from a higher perspective. So this is the time to make the commitment. So stand tall, don't hesitate, and give your word. Keep your promise, and your word becomes law in your universe. Your soul wants you to know making a commitment is taking a stand. It's declaring to yourself and the universe that you're unwilling to settle for less than excellence. It means that you keep your word, especially to yourself. Fear of doing this because you might fail sends a message to your subconscious mind that you are a failure. Ooh. Of course, there's always the possibility that you might not succeed, but to hesitate because of fear instead of forging forward keeps joy and freedom at bay. So decide now. Any decision is better than none at all. The most important promises that you make are to yourself. Forgive yourself when you don't honor your word, and then, without shame, recommit yourself with passion and gusto. Your affirmation is my commitments increase my joy and freedom. So, and I like that. It's almost like committing to your joy and freedom as well. So I like that. So that's what they have for El Numero Uno for you. Whoops, we're over here. Let's use the correct mouse with the correct computer. All right. And then for this one, you said you'd post in chat. So let me scroll up here. All right. Shanji. Okay, here it is. I think that's your first one. Yeah. So what does the future hold between Kay and you? All right, let's take a look here at that. What does the future hold for K and you based on current energies? Let's see what we have here. Okay, we do this. We do this. We do this. Okay. Let's see what this little path is unfolding here. Uh-oh. Children, uh-oh, you better be careful. I'm just kidding. Six of Cups has a little bit of energy here, being the underneath the bottom of the deck. There is this, on one side, it's 3 cups on either side. So there's like this equal emotional draw to one another. But there's also the Six of Cups brings in this, we're about to go down the alphabet. I know, I was just thinking that myself. Oh, here we are. Is that what these other ones are for? What about this one? What about this one? All right. But this one feels like you have like a lot of past life connections with them. I don't know if you have childhood connections with this one, but it feels that way. And it could just be past life childhood connections, but you got a lot of past life, a lot of emotions that are flowing below the surface. And that's why it feels like this, energy that, kind of is drawn together equally on either side. Let's see what else we have here. You got the Nine of Pentacles. So, excuse me, there is this independence energy. You do have the Devil card. This feels like, to the Nine of Cups energy. All these nines, 2 nines with the Hermit energy and with the Devil card in between. It feels very much more like a stepping stone individual here. Looks like you guys with that Six of Cups and past life connections that you guys have helped each other a lot in different lifetimes and in this lifetime, learning more about yourself, letting go of long held thoughts and beliefs and supposed and expectations to free yourself. So very much a mirrors for each other, bringing stuff up to be, transformed and released here. See what else we have here. Here's the release of expectations to help bring peace of mind, clarity of mind in. And the World card. Ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, the Three of Cups. Here's those 3 cups. Along with the Two of Swords. The battle between the head and the heart. The Three of Cups energy does bring in, I feel like, like third party kind of energy with this. And I feel like this is one of the places where this release happens. And it doesn't necessarily mean like like they have someone on the side or they're dating 2 people at once. It could be, but I don't feel like that so much as there's a third party that is interfering with your guys's interactions. And it's like you're realizing, oh, I recognize this pattern from other relationships, and I get it. And I get to release that now, and I get to realize this isn't about me. This is about, more so them. So if that makes sense. But I feel like it's more of a stepping stone, and it does have to do with third party kind of energy. But it's the heart going, oh no, and the mind going, oh, this is our fault. Oh, this means this, all the old stories that were taught when there's like something doesn't work out the way we think it was supposed to, those expectations, and those expectations don't work out. We immediately start to think, oh, it's my fault. Like my parents got divorced. It must have been my fault. It's like, no, that's between them. It has nothing to do with me, right? That's this kind of energy that really comes in here, this clarity. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, Eight of Swords. Yep. So it's about leaving behind thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve, and, moving past, releasing these things. So it does feel like here, more so when we're asking about what unfolds, it is this release of this energy of, it's the stepping stone kind of things. I don't feel like it's not the kind of energy where it ends up being your one and only for the rest of your life. It's like you learn through your interactions with them, but That's about it. I know. Let's see what your soul coaching says here. Your fortune cookie for this one. I do feel like it's this one right here. And yeah, it's all about learning about love. But it's master number 33, which is about self-love. It's recognizing, and I love how, I know you're an artist, so I'll let you see that. You can always, of course, rewind and pause to see it too, but it's beautiful. It's like it's not showing up the way I want it to on screen, but it's very deep colors, but it's the heart. It's my love, my self-love, right? Let's see what else they say here. So the card meaning says, open your heart to receive. Love is on its way. It's not here. It's on its way, but it's not between you and this one. You're more cherished than you could possibly know. It's a day for rejoicing. You are a sacred vessel for eternal love to flow through. I like that. That's funny. I like that, Sean. I just want his good habits to rub off on me. Is that what they call it now? Good habits? I'm just kidding. Your soul wants you to know there's nothing that you need to do to deserve this love. Who you are is enough. I'm going to say that again. There's nothing that you need to do to deserve this love. Who you are is enough. Let it flow to you, for you are the beloved, just as you are. All of your life's experiences are part of a spiritual evolution toward the realization that we are all love. The Creator is love, and in your essence, so are you. In matters of romance, all is healing or is already healed on the inner planes. Your beloved is nearby, so be open. Your angels, guides, spirit guardians, and allies adore and cherish you always and forever. And your affirmation is, I am wonderful. I receive and give love today and always. I love that. It's almost like an Alice in Wonderland. Like she took over the queen's throne, right? The queen of hearts. You're no longer off with their heads. You're like, well, you can keep your heads, but give me your good habits. That's funny. All right. So that's what they have for that one for you, Sean. All right. And then for this one, yeah, the alphabet, we jump up to the letter P. What are their emotions and feelings towards you? Let's take a look. Too funny. All right. I am so glad that you guys have great senses of humor. All right. So what are P's emotions towards you? All right. So we got that. We do want these. And we do want this one. Any of these? No, 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 no. Okay. All righty. So their emotions and feelings towards you. The bottom of the deck, we do have the star card here. The star card is like a dreamed come true kind of energy, a hopeful energy. Um, it's Aquarius energy, which is the water bearer, even though they're air signs. So their emotions are a bit contained, because that's what the Aquarius, the water bearer, they're able to contain emotion. So sometimes, like I'm an Aquarius, but I have a ton of water in my chart, which kind of balances out this. But I know a lot of Aquarians that get a rap of being like, you guys don't feel things, and it's because we have the ability to compartmentalize our emotions. Like in emergencies, I can take my emotions and then I can freak out afterwards. And that's kind of the energy I'm kind of picking up from P, is that they're able to kind of contain their emotions. They are there, and they kind of look at you as like, wow, you're a wonder, you're like a dream come true kind of person. And there is this but there's like, let me just stay calm. Like you wouldn't be able to tell it by looking at them that they're like, wow, you are like a dream come true. Now let's see that. But I feel like there's this sense like sometimes when we feel and put someone on a pedestal, we're like, I'm not worthy of that. So I kind of get insecure. That's kind of with the energy I'm feeling a bit that's on here. We do have the Fool card, which is an energy of a new adventure, them trying not to put a lot of expectations around what unfolds, just kind of going on this adventure, allowing things to go how they will. We do have the Four of Wands, joyful energy, joy, celebration kind of energy that comes in here. And so it feels like they're kind of here focused in and a little bit on, it almost feels, I don't want to say like a fantasy world, like a dream world, like they're getting caught up in this, that you're this, and they love the environment that they interact with you in, if that makes sense. It's just like, it feels like an adventure, it feels like a party, and they have that kind of, it's almost like Pisces. Maybe they have a Pisces moon where they can get so much into fantasy that it helps warp reality a bit too. That's funny because I have a Pisces moon. How rude. What are you trying to say? Although I can relate to that earlier in my life. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, Ace of Cups. They are in this search for self-love, but in the outside world, they are searching for a love that would fill them up. Of course, we know that we can't fill up anyone else. We have to fill up ourselves, right? But they're on that kind of fantasy that I'm going to meet the one and they're going to be like, wow, they're going to be my everything. And my whole life is going to feel fulfilled and changed. And wow, which is a dream for sure, because that's not how it happens, right? We fill up in here, up and overflowing, and then when someone we meet reflects that energy back, then that feels like a dream come true because we're already full. We're not trying to fill in a black hole or a giant volcano crater with a little pebble, right? It's like, oh, that's when it's here, it looks like, wow, this is gonna, because it's right in front of our face, looks so big, but as it falls into the giant cavern and it's like you don't even hear it hit the ground, it's so small and so deep in there that love doesn't fill us up, right? We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this energy of like, I think you'll be a perfect fit for me kind of energy. We would fit like a glove and all this, but it is one of those, if it seems too good to be true, then it probably is, right? This energy, yeah. Because dun dun dun, the last card that comes in, the Devil card. So this is another kind of stepping stone energy, learning a lot about your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And you're like, though I would love to be worshipped like a star, and you know, um, I know how quickly we can fall off of our pedestal that we've been put on, right? And then what, right? So it feels like that kind of energy with them, that it is that kind of um, illusion. They see you in this way that you're like, I don't want to be that. uh, yeah, I don't want to be worshipped. I want to be loved by someone, right? All right, let's see what else comes in here for them here. All right. Yeah, playfulness, right? It's like playing makeup, pretend. It's like playing pretend, right? Interesting. So let's see what we have with this one here. Allow your inner child to play today. Enjoy yourself and have fun. Embrace your innocence. And your soul wants you to know, this is all regarding, of course, interactions with P. Playfulness is absolutely necessary for your health and well-being. It is as important as the food you eat and the thoughts you think. If your responsibilities and hard work have made this a low priority for you, it's time to have some fun. Give yourself a break and nurture your spirit by doing something madcap or just plain silly. Listen to music and dance by yourself with glee. Make silly faces. Invite friends over for an afternoon tea party. Or go for a drive with no destination, just for the fun of it. Your affirmation is, my joy is the greatest gift that I give to others. So you can have fun, you can enjoy, it can be like a play date, but nothing long-term serious, really, I feel like, for that one there. So that's what they have for that one. Okay. And I'll give an update here. I just have two more for Sean, and then I'll give an update on where we're at in the order and add on some of the new ones that we received here as well. Anyone new coming in, if you want to know how the whole process works, just check out the description box of the video. I'm working on donations right now, and if in the next, I'm going to be on for about 2 more hours. Hey, now, don't bring age into this, Sean. Don't make me get my cane, you young whippersnapper. Well, that explains why he does think that you're wow, what an amazing person you are. Because, well, you are, of course, already, but more so like this, a dream come true, because you're like his child's age. That dirty old man. I'm just kidding. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So in the next 2 hours, if I get through all the donations, then I'll begin the free readings at the very top, and I try to make my way down the list. So you don't have to ask to be added to any list. Just put your question out there, and if I'm able to get to it in that time, then I will. Sundays are special in my morning session. If whatever I don't get to in my morning session, as long as you have your question out there, I do come back in the afternoon and make sure to answer all of those questions. So I always come back on and finish all readings, including free readings. So keep an eye out. All right. Oh, yeah. It's like, you're so beautiful. Do you know that? And you're like, yes, but you don't know me. That makes total sense. All right. So thank you so much for your multiple donations, Sean. So this one, you got the future between V and you. You are going through the alphabet, right? All right. So based on current energy, what does the future look like for you guys here? So I don't want those. I do want this one here. Okay. Okay. I'm like, I can't use that word, but I feel like you'll pick up what I'm putting down here. I feel like with them that you're kind of being blocked from them, the 9 of Wands. That's exactly what you say. You're so funny. I love it. But this night, this is it's like a rooster block is what I'm going to call it. So I know you know what I mean. It's like when you have a best friend and someone's headed over to talk to you, and your best friend is like, "Oh no," and they step in and block them from coming over to you. I feel like your spiritual posse and them are going, "Oh no, 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 no. This is not going. This is not going that direction." But this is happening for you at the request of your soul, not just them, willy-nilly. Yeah, you're picking up what I'm putting down. So I like that here. The 7 of Wands. And I feel like this is an end. I feel like this is like their energy, the 7 of Wands. They want to be true to themselves. They don't want anyone telling them what to do, which you guys can relate to that. None of us do. But they're like more of theirs is more on the borderline of arrogance. Yours is confidence. Theirs is like arrogance. And also this, I don't want to be trapped. I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. Yeah, they do see you here. I mean, a lot of people see you. The Queen of Swords is like, we would be really good together. But I feel like a lot of these that we're going through in this alphabet are like um, hands with three fingers on them. And let me see, how can I do this? There we go, without flipping anyone off. We'll do it like this. We'll do it like Spock. um, they are people with just three fingers. I'm gonna say I can do that. Three fingers. Okay, oh, there were three. Duh, three fingers, right? And you're a five-fingered glove. And yeah, for them, you fit them so well. There's even extra two empty little fingers holes here, right? That of the glove that aren't filled. And they're like, wow, wow, you are so perfect. And there's even extra. And you're like, extra to them is emptiness to you because you're like, yeah, I've got these two fingers on the glove that are just flopping all over the place because there's nothing to fill it. And so there's this, yeah, I get it that these people feel like you will fill them and complete them and be a great fit, but you're like, yeah, but for you it is, but not for me, right? So I just feel like that's the energy that's here. It's exactly how you feel. Yeah, the Page of Wands. There definitely is, and I'm sorry, was I here in front of the camera? I would have been doing this. Page of Wands. There is a lot of passionate energy here. Um, and I kind of feel like with this one that they can express themselves passionately and with motion, but not emotion. Like you don't feel that's the emptiness, right? You feel like you're pretending to express all the stuff with emotion, but it's really just passion, this person. And it's like, I want real emotion. And it's like, don't feel like you can pass it by someone who, can understands what emotion is or not. But for them, it's like they're not trying to play something, just they don't know any better. They think that is emotion. And that seems to be their challenge, is to recognize and to learn to love themselves. That's why on the verge of arrogance, people who boast and kind of, pump themselves up really don't feel very uplifting about themselves on the inside because they're trying to, bring themselves up to the place where they feel everyone else is at, but they feel low of themselves. So that is a reflection of the low self-love they have, and they can't give more love than they have for themselves. So all they can do is go a little thimble of love and go, here, this is what I can give you. And you're like, no, 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 you keep that. I think you need that more than I do. Let's see here. Yeah, the Tower. Feel like they won't be in your life very much longer here anyway. And the Nine of Cups. Yeah, there is a little bit here of um, them being removed. Of course, the Tower is them being removed out of your life to make space for something that is more in alignment for you. But I feel like what takes them in a different direction is the Nine of Cups. Oh, I've met. My dream has come true with the Nine of Cups, and you're like, you go for that. You go right ahead. You go find that. But I don't feel like this one is. Again, you know, that it's more of a learning energy of going. Okay, uh, they're a good mirror to remind you to look for your self-love inside of you and go, okay, where am I looking for my definition in the outside world? How am I doing that? Because you're seeing them do that, and that's in here. That's exactly what happened. Okay, well, so um, yeah, and it's good. I talked about it. I think this morning there was this on Instagram. I don't watch reality TV shows, but it was from a reality TV show. And evidently, someone stole someone else from uh, one of the girls. The girls stole one of the man, and they were like, okay, so how do you feel about this? I'm like, I'm not surprised. I saw it coming. And they're like, oh, wow. So how do you feel about so and so stealing your man? And she goes, let me correct you. She did not steal my man. She stole my problem. And I'm grateful. And I love that. And everyone's like, oh, we need to get that on a t-shirt. So I love that. All right. So your fortune cookie for this one is focus. Focus on your dream, right? Card number 22. You got master number 33 before. Now you have 22. I love these cards. So what you focus on is what you create. So put your attention on thoughts that are beautiful, worthwhile, and loving. It's time to focus your intent and your passion on one thing, not the entire alphabet. I'm just kidding. That's funny. Rather than being scattered in different directions. But I think we're coming back to here. And your reading started at 44, 44. Oh my gosh, we're counting down. Uh-oh. But I like this, the focus of your true north and your why, right? Your soul wants you to know what you see around you is the result of what you focus on. When you direct your thoughts toward good, you attract positive experiences and people into your life. But when you focus on what isn't working, you create even more challenging situations. We talk about that all the time, right? So you're aware of that. If you aren't pleased with the direction of your life, concentrate on what you desire. I say concentrate what you're grateful for, right? Not on what you don't want. To develop inner power, gather your internal energy and focus intently on one thing. Being scattered in a myriad of directions dilutes your strength. Devote your attention to your career, your relationships, a hobby, or something that you're passionate about. Diminish activities that aren't essential to this goal, and it will be just a matter of time until miracles begin to occur. Your affirmation for this one, all of my thoughts are directed toward my highest good. So I love that. Little girl focusing on her dream, the butterfly. Beautiful. Focus, grasshopper. All right. So that is number 4. And we are on to number 5. So let us take a look here and see what we have here. Based on current energies, we'll look in here between S and U. All right. This energy feels a little more relaxed even before seeing any cards. This person feels more down to earth than the others. A bit more real to me in the energy that I'm feeling anyway. All right, let's see what this is here. All right. Yeah, on the bottom of this one, we do have the 7 of Wands as well. All this fire energy. But I like this energy because unlike previous energy of bordering on arrogance, this does feel like someone who is more true to themselves, doesn't ask permission to shine, is grounded, is stable. It feels like they're more real and more authentic, like I said before, and that this is the energy of they don't hide anything, they are themselves, it feels like. So I like that here. Future between the two of you. Yeah, I do see you as this Queen of Swords. Here's another one. I swear, did all of these have Queen of Swords? Or they think, oh my God, we can be a perfect fit together. Maybe this one's 4-fingered. Oh, that sounds bad. Instead of 3-fingered. But let's take a look here. 10 of Wands. Yeah. They are a bit they have a lot of energy here. This 10 of Wands. Some people could say that they're a bit much to handle because they are themselves, that they get a bad rap sometimes from people, right? But I feel like because they are so much themselves, they can almost come across as getting in people's faces because they will just be themselves. And it's like they could learn to use a filter, because it's okay to be your true self, but it doesn't mean you have to, uh, you know, get up in someone's face and, well, you know what, boo boo boo, or anything like that. Not that they're aggressive. It just feels like they're a bit. They can come across as a bit much. Yeah, the sun, like the giant sun. Here, the sun again. They don't ask permission to shine. They don't dim their light. They don't defend their actions. They are themselves, which I like. I like that about people, that you don't have to guess. And which, of course, when you're empathic, like most of you guys are here, and of course, Sean, um, people can't put a whole lot across away from us anyway. We're going to pick up on going, yeah, you're saying blah, 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 but that's not what your energy is telling me. And I trust my energy, what I'm picking up, right? And this is like they are their own selves. They're not putting on an act to try to puff themselves up. They're just, I feel like they went from a time of being so restricted in their life to they've kind of done the pendulum, and there's a balance that can come in. But I feel like they're reeling it in slowly. It's like, okay. In the Ace of Cups, they are looking for love too, looking for someone to fill them up in a bit. So they're still on that journey, of finding their self-love, like all humans are. But I feel like, there is this, they're more at the beginning, not the beginning of the journey. They're much further along than a lot of the others. Um, a little more self-awareness, but not by far. Not as a judgment, just as an awareness. We do have the Hermit card and the King of Swords. So there is a little bit of alone time and being alone. I don't feel like there's a future with this one. I just feel like they could do with some time alone to really do their inner search in this. In fact, I feel like they will most likely than the rest of the alphabet. Yeah. Yeah. Than the ones we've talked about. Not all the other alphabet letters, just the ones we've talked about today. But this is about, I feel like they're going to kind of want to step away and learn here with the King of Swords. I feel like they do want to kind of step and dive more deeper to find out who they are. So I don't feel like there's so much a future in there. I feel like eventually they will head off somewhere, to learn and to find themselves in a way, kind of energy. I don't know. I feel kind of this, not to stereotype or offend anyone, but it's like a hippie kind of energy of like, I just want to go find myself, and I feel like I need to go here on this adventure. It's like, you go, because they really need that for their adventure as a human. So go send me postcards. Bye. What else? Yeah. Freedom. You go to that horse ranch, boy. Card number 23, freedom. Let's see what we want with this one here. So break free. Look, express yourself and let your spirit fly. I like that there's things of each of them that you can learn from and glean from. As we do in all relationships, there's things that we learn from. Fly your stuff, dance, laugh, explore, and go beyond predictable behavior. Be daring. Fling your arms to the heavens in joy. See, that's that free expression. Like, they don't hold back, no filters or very little. Your soul wants you to know you aren't here to be ordinary. Good thing. But to step beyond limitations and self imposed boundaries. Don't allow yourself to be trapped by convention or the expectations of others. You have the ability to choose your life on your terms. Replace the phrase, I should, with I could, but I choose not to at this time. Perhaps you aren't always free to create the exact circumstances of your life, but you're certainly able to decide what meaning to give those situations. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to break free. Affirmation for this one: boundless freedom surges through me. Yeah, so there's this kind of setting yourself free from a lot of these energies of all these individuals, right? Um, but that's what we have for this episode of Sesame Street. Do you remember that? Today, the letter A. Was that or was that the electric company? The electric company. You remember that? I don't know. You're probably not old enough to remember that. Maybe they had reruns. This is like when I was a young lad. So anyway, that's what they have for you, Sean. Thank you again for all of your donations. I think I hit them all. Let me just make sure here. Yeah, let me give you guidance for the week. And then we did the one in the chat. And then we did P and then V and then S, right? Okay, good. You are very welcome, my dear. So good to see you. All right. So let's see where we're at here. Up next, we will have Red, and then we'll jump to the CashApp for the Gemini, and then back to Red for question number 2. And then Moonlight. Hey, Moonlight. Moonlight 5. Let's put you here while I'm doing this. Oh, let me. There we go. Make some space here. All right. And then, yeah, so that one's already taken. So Moonlight. And then we'll jump to Alice. Hey, Alice. And then Sun and Moon. Hello, hello to you. Oops. Got a little crazy there. And then Cat Lady of the Sea. Wow, I need to take a typing class. Let me just back up here. I think it's because I'm at an angle here. Okay, that's my excuse anyway. All right. Hey. All right. So let me take a sip and we'll jump back in here. Sorry, let me just make sure here. Okay. Just want to make sure this wasn't another donation coming in, and it was not. All right. So, Red, let's grab your timestamp here. Oh, that's one too many there. All right. So this will be for number 1. Of course, we'll circle back around and give you your second timestamp here in a moment. So thank you for your first donation with the behind the scenes. I like that sticker. And let's see here. I think you're down here. Yep. Good evening. So definitely my pleasure. Thank you for being here tonight. A reading on SS for today and tomorrow. All right. Let's take a look here. What's going on here? SS today and tomorrow. Thank you. What else? Okay, today and tomorrow. Okay. All right, so we'll start with this. For today, well, there's a bit of change of thinking here. We've got the 6 of Swords. Let's see, let me see if I can do this better. Here we go. 6 of Swords, which is about leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking. And the Page of Wands is what brings a spark here. So there seems to be, with SS, some clarity that's coming in for them. Let's see what the underlying energy is here. What this is, Page of Swords too. Yeah, seeing things from a different perspective, and that just allows the spark that comes in. So it does feel like there is this change. They are in this energy with the bottom of the deck, the Empress energy, which is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, focusing on their own energy, really focusing on themselves. But in this kind of reflective, pulling to themselves energy, it's bringing them some new energies. It's allowing them to calm down and see things from a different perspective, which is when we have the Six of Swords, when it's a movement, usually they're like on a boat moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. So that's that energy of calming their bowhinding down. That they're in doing that, they can see things because they're not being mentally confused through fears and reactions and anxiety and different things like that. They're able to like really see things in a different way with clarity. I do feel like here it will spawn some communication to you. I'm not sure if it's going to be today. We'll see what's tomorrow here. But it does feel like there is this seeing things differently and from a different perspective, more clarity in a good way. So it feels positive here. And it does feel like it's going to take things, it's like it's going to activate action of some sort, if that makes sense. But let's take a look here at tomorrow. Got the Four of Wands, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it does appear here. This is about the Four of Wands is like a joining, not a joining, but like a joyful activity, a joyful gathering kind of energy in the Page of Pentacles. So it does feel like there is this nudge to invite you to something that feels like a celebration or something at least a fun gathering. It doesn't feel like it's so much like one-on-one as much as it's yes, together one-on-one, but going to a big gathering. It's not like a date sitting at a table and being left alone. It's like you're going and meeting people and there's a bunch of people around kind of energy with this, if that makes sense. Yeah, we got the Three of Wands and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, it's like things go a different way than expected because the Three of Wands is like, the Two of Wands is about putting a plan together and taking action, and the Three of Wands is going over time with new awareness, we take a different direction. The Ten of Swords is an energy of all of these expectations of supposed to be and should be and need to be, and this is what we're supposed to do and how it's supposed to go and blah, 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 blah. But this feels like things take tomorrow. It just takes an unexpected turn, right? What's the change that's sparking within them? It's a way, and I feel like with this Empress energy, it's more so like because they're nurturing themselves and because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are, right? And so when I change my mindsets, I feel like it's more about I'm changing mindsets about myself that then makes me see the world differently too. So I don't feel like it's so much that it's like a change of um, seeing like something outside world. No, that changes my mind. I see things differently. I feel like they're doing the self-reflection thing tonight, and they have been for a little bit. That they are seeing life differently, seeing their worth in relationship to the outside world differently, and I just feel like I'm just trying to see, just trying to zero in on the root of it because it feels like there are things in the outside world that kept pointing me back to me, disappointments everywhere, job, family, friends, this, that, everything else that brought me back to this place, especially all this energy we've been feeling lately that just feels so heavy that it had them sit and go, what is it that I want in life? What is important, what's not important to me kind of energy. So it's pretty reflective energy here, but that's where the mindset has changed that kind of, made it look that way. So hopefully that helps a little bit, and we'll get you a soul um, coaching fortune cookie too, and we'll see what comes in here with that. See if they'll give us more clarity. I think has the storm passed? Yeah, the clouds are all blue out there now. I mean, the skies are all blue out there now. Just a little cloud, a couple little in the sky. We had a storm come through. I love it. Wow. Yeah, there's self-acceptance. Here's that boat I was talking about going from choppy waters to calmer waters. But here is the self-acceptance kind of energy. Card number 2. Let's see here. Acceptance is a sacred act of power. Accept your light. Embrace all parts of yourself. I feel like this is what they've been doing. Allow yourself to receive the gifts of the universe. You're worthy of these blessings and so much more. Wow. And your soul wants you to know, and this can be an expression of what they went through, and it can be a message for all of us, including you as well. But it says at times it may be difficult to fully accept yourself exactly as you are. Yet when you don't, you deny the divine part of you, your soul. In truth, every experience that you've had, even the ones that you thought weren't good, allowed you to advance on your spiritual path. There were no wrong experiences. Everything that has occurred in your life has been part of a divine plan for your spiritual development as a soul. If only you could see yourself as those in the spirit realm do, you'd know how remarkable and wondrous you are. As you increase your acceptance, you'll help others love and unconditionally be at peace with themselves. And the more that you accept yourself, the more fulfillment, you will experience. So there is the self-acceptance that they're seeing themselves in a different way. And I feel like they might have in the past kind of reflected on, oh, life is happening to me. I feel like they're switching over more to looking at situations in our life that this did happen for me. An affirmation is I unconditionally accept, cherish, and love myself just as I am. So the self-acceptance, the self-love kind of energy, I feel is kind of what their experience has been. So that's what they have for that one. Like I said, we'll circle back around here in a moment for number 2. Hey, Jojo, what is this? Who is absolutely awake and not sleeping whatsoever because she went and watched Lost Highway to be outside at 4 a.m. and seeing the birds and a bat, a night creature you are. Wow, look at you. Well, you're going to have a good nap later today, aren't you? All right. You're so funny. All right. So the Gemini, we are moving on to you here. And let's grab your timestamp here. Boom. All right. So let's jump over here. Oh. he ended up pooping out, did he? I tell you what. I like this. Does he know? Has he noticed that he's blocked yet? Oh my goodness. But everything always happens for us. So what have you learned about yourself through this, right? What's triggering within us because of this wonderful Sagittarius mirror reflecting back to us what we want to see about ourselves, right? one of the things you realize is that murder, that some people aren't worth murder because I don't want to go to jail for them, so that's always a good realization, right, Gemini? All right, bottom of the deck, we do have the Strength card, this Leo energy. So let's find out here, because this is very much, this I need to be seen, this big desire. It's lower vibrational Leo energy, which we all have low expression or high expression of all of the signs of all of our different planets within us, right? But a low expression of Leo energy is look at me, I need to be seen, I need to stand out, roar, right? So there is this kind of, I feel like this underlying energy of I need to be seen by all these different people. And I feel like, again, they're easily distracted by if someone will give them attention, they're more so like so much in the moment kind of energy. Who's in front of my face? I might have good intentions. I feel like they they make plans and they don't follow through on a lot of plans with a lot of people. I don't feel like it's you. I feel like it's their MO, whatever that's called. It's their regular pattern of how they act. So just to know that up front, does he recognize that he's blocked yet? Eight of Wands. Look at that fire movement. Go, go, go. Again, this 8 energy. They're just this flowing individual. The 9 of Swords. Yeah, because this fear that they have of rejection, of not being enough. We talked about that earlier. In fact, was it the 9 of Swords that came up with the Tower? They do have these fears that make them, especially if there's someone that they feel is like, that it would, like, I would have to do a whole lot to like meet the standards to be around you. I'll choose someone that's easier to be around, where I don't feel so highly. That sounds bad, but like, this is him saying that's not me, of course. But he's like, I'd rather hang in with this one because I don't have to do so much and they think I'm amazing. But if they feel like, and this isn't that you put this out here, but it's like, if this is what they can give and someone has this many expectations, very low, then they look at them as, you're amazing. But if you have, like, they think you have these expectations, they see that they'd have to fall short and that they'd have to try to maintain this and they wouldn't be able to. They'd end up disappointing. And so they almost feel like it's easier to choose someone with lower expectations on them. Let's see here. I'm still haven't got here. Have they noticed that they're blocked yet? Yeah, see, they're reinforcing here the fear of being a disappointment. Yeah, and this is part of their search of self-love as well. They're realizing, until they realize their love on the inside, they will feel like they have to avoid things because they do feel that other people's actions or non-actions, their words and their silence define them. So they're afraid of disappointing because then they will be rejected, which means it's kind of like they have an all or nothing energy of, I'm either amazing and perfect or I'm a zero and a failure. And if I can't make sure that I'm going to hit all this, then I avoid it, kind of energy. All right. Final pass here. Do they notice that they're blocked yet? This King of Wands energy and the Four of Pentacles, this is their at home. Four of Pentacles, solid energy. The King of Wands, here's that Sagittarius energy. I get a little glimpse of like, yeah, but I feel like there's so much, they're used to it. It's not a big thing. Like maybe the first time they got blocked by someone, but now they're like, yeah, it happens all the time because of the kind of fickleness, which is the instability of them doing what they say they're going to do. Again, it feels very much like ADHD energy, which is funny. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but I know a lot of Sagittarians who have ADHD. I almost want to do a study to find out, is it a trait within people's charts? Well, everyone has Sagittarius represented in their chart, but is there a planet that, or the houses that have a lot in it? But, it's the thing about that is that it's not that people are unimportant to them. If you're not in front of them, they forget. And they can get distracted into things. And that's the kind of energy I feel with them here. But I also feel like they're more like a forest fire or a grass fire. They don't look backwards. They're always just burning forward. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? I don't have time to look back. I'm just on the energy and the flow of what's next. There's not a whole lot of focus on things. So hopefully that makes sense. Let's see what else we have here for your fortune cookie. I tell you what. But again, it happens for us, always for us. What can I learn through this situation? Because life doesn't happen to us. It happens for us. And then we can change from life We can experience feeling like a victim for a while if we want. Oh, why is this happening to me? But then we can be like, all right, I'm done with that. So now why did I want this to happen for me? Then I learn from it and I grow from it instead of repeat it, right? Yeah, purification, card number 41. Like I'm hearing the song, I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair. It's an old song. In this fountain here, let's see what this brings in here. Cleanse your body and environment by doing space clearing and shifting your clutter. Release whatever doesn't serve or support you in your life. Psh, psh. Let go of the old, discarded, and unused. Eat lightly and consume fresh water and food with strong life force. Your soul wants you to know sometimes your auric field becomes so cluttered and dingy that you can't see the world around you clearly, and you have trouble hearing the messages from the soul. When you take the time to purify yourself and your environment, not only do you feel lighter and brighter, but you're also a clearer channel for the light. The brilliance that pours through you can heal and help many people, but first, the path has to be clear. The affirmation is my energy field is being cleansed of all that I do not need. I like this. It's kind of like tower energy, where they're saying just realize that whatever doesn't come into your life or gets kind of blocked out of your life too is for you. Had they shown up, maybe you would have got drawn into them. Maybe you would have gone further. Maybe you would have gotten pregnant. Maybe you would have, whatever might have happened, it might have distracted you off and taken you into a path that your soul didn't want to go down. And so maybe it was spirit that was blocking them and distracting the little puppy with bright shiny things. Go fetch Baba, go fetch the stick. And they're like, shh, shh, shh. And you're like, why won't he come to me? And that's because spirit keeps on throwing him to keep him away from you. So realize it is for you in some way, somehow, just to, allow you to be more open to something that is more deserving of you, and that it opens your path to go forward in something that's more in alignment with you too. So, but I don't feel like your question was, overall, does he see he's blocked yet? Yeah, I think it feels like, yeah, but it wasn't a big deal because that happens to him all the time. And they're like, oh, well, I'm moving forward. And you're like, I am too. Bye. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, my dear. All right. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. Appreciate you. All righty. So we're circling back around here. So red, we got 153.22 for your second question. Let's grab your timestamps here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And this is the all-seeing eye. All right, so red, let's take a look here. I think I saw your question down here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So does SS take actions towards you in August? Nosy read on what's about to unfold. You're so funny. All right, nosy. Take a drink of my deep dive juice. And we'll see here. All right. So does SS take action towards you in August? I can't believe it's August already. Isn't that crazy? So based on current energies and what's about to unfold. All right. This is the nosiness here. And just that one there. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right. So first, does SS take action towards you in August? All right. Got the 7 of Swords and the Tower card. This is energy here is like, whoa. I know it can be like, oh, that looks scary, brudda-zen, but there's nothing scary about tarot. Tarot is all about information, about awareness that, is brought for us here. This just shows here, in order for them to make this movement towards you in August, and we'll find out more here with all these other cards too, but they do have to remove out of their head some of their thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have cheated them out of opportunities in the past. Thoughts that have betrayed them, thoughts that have uh, given them, created illusions around things, like, again, the unworthiness and different things like that have kept them. So there is this removal of this that needs to happen here. And it's what they've been working on. But I feel like there is some big stuff that comes around in August that really, again, they're in this big reflective time where they're realizing all the stuff that's kept me held back, and I feel like in patterns, looping, going in circles around, experiencing the same thing over and over and over again in their life. I feel like there's a lot of realization. Let's see what else we have here. What's about to unfold? Yeah, we do have a new adventure, free of a lot of expectations and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. Ooh, okay, the Lover's card and the Four of Pentacles. This is a great energy, because as soon as this happens, where they're releasing themselves from a lot of these long-held beliefs, it allows them this freedom and this courage to step forward without expectation, without intention, without supposed to be and should be and need to be. And the sense of themselves, the Four of Pentacles, is that they're defining themselves by the inside, not the outside. And they're realizing how unstable they felt when they defined themselves by things and situations like jobs and education and relationships of all kinds, friends, family, lovers, whatever, that they've had in the past too. And they're realizing how whenever I define myself by those things, I've been so unstable that I feel like there is this big aha that they're realizing. So I don't know if they've read like Deepak Chopra's Path to Love or something, where they've really having this aha that is making them realize the path to love is through my own heart, and then it is expressed to the outside world, and that's what balances out the love energy. So I like this, that they're on this path. Let's see what else they'll give us here with this. Yeah, the Five of Swords, the transformation of lower thinking to higher thinking. Now they'll bring in the bottom of the deck. I was wondering when they were going to do it. The Five of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Again, transformation energy of lower to higher vibrational emotional energy. Yeah, Page of Cups. You do have this higher love energy that's coming in here. The Wheel of Fortune, which this is an energy of life is happening for me energy, and it is endings and beginnings energy with the major arcana number 10, the Sun card. We definitely have this beautiful, bright energy that's coming in. And the Four of Wands, again, joy, celebration. Could be the Marriage card too. I don't know if I want to jump that fast into that. But there is this joy and celebration and fullness kind of energy that comes in here. Very transformative for them. That, happens with all this. Timing, I'm sure we're probably going to ask about timing, right, Red? Oh, there you go. Hey, cheers. Oh, the cheers for the deep dive energy. This 10 with the Wheel of Fortune is really standing out here. I feel like the energy of today is things really start to happen in October, based on current energy and what's happening. Doesn't mean that's what it will stay, because it's constantly moving based on different choices we make every day, they make every day. The Two of Wands on the bottom of the deck under all that change is about wherever we're focusing our energy is what, we attract. So if I'm focusing on joy and gratitude, whoa, we're drawing that towards us. So in the moment when we're doing that, we do a reading. It's like, well, look what's coming. And then someone slips into focusing in fear, that drifts away, and this starts driving. And we do a reading. We're like, oh, well, we went off course where we were before. We not off course, but to a different course. Now this is where we're headed. Oh, wait a minute. Well, let me go back this direction, right? So there is this fluctuation that's going back and forth with them. But I feel like they're in a very reflective, especially with all the retrogrades that we have going on, which takes us back to looking inward. Venus just moved into Cancer, the planet of love, influenced by the moon energy of Cancer, which is exploding all the emotions. So it has a lot of impact, a lot of stuff, a lot of challenging energies that are causing us to do this. So it does look here, as I'm just looking over it, it does feel like October is the current energy where they take action that comes in with that. So I know. So hopefully that helps. So to circle back to the earlier read, then does the action towards me take place tomorrow? I can't remember your reading, the earlier reading right now. So as there was communication, right? So when we're talking about action and tomorrow's energy, that feels like communication, but of course that doesn't mean, I mean, they can still communicate before they take official action with you, though. You know, that's different, right? Because there's talking and reaching out and just, you know, doing things like that. But I do feel like there is that energy of wanting to take baby steps, not rush into things as I'm discovering things, but taking baby steps. And so, because yours was the one where it's about getting together in a public, kind of a public place, inviting something. Is that right? Was that the one? When I've done so many readings over several days. Okay. I'm like, are you guys telling me right? I shouldn't doubt them because I can't remember all the readings I do. But they bring back to remembrance. So I feel like that's kind of the baby steps, things of like, they're like, hey, do you want to, you know, go check out this festival? And so there's a bunch of people around. It's not like intimate alone time. It's almost like when you go to a movie with someone. I used to, whenever anyone asked me out on a date or something, like, hey, you want to go to a movie? And I'm like, no. They're like, what? And I go, that's later kind of interactions where you sit together in quietness watching something. I go, if you want to go on a date with me, let's go do something where we talk and get to know one another. Whoa, I know. Whoa. How many second dates did I get, right? Whoa. All right. Let's see. I don't think we didn't give you a soul coaching card yet. Let's give you your fortune cookie. You know. Wow, look at energy. Dun, 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 dun. Card 17. It's a good, this is I thought it looked familiar. It's the front of the card. It's the card they have for the front of the deck. You know, with that Two of Wands too, it's the thing you can do, because you can't control anything about what they're doing, right? But you can focus on what energy whatever you do in your life is how you experience your life. Like a situation with someone can feel like it's going so slow, or it can feel fast, depending on our energy. If I'm focusing on what someone's not doing and that I need to be with them and I want them and I'm afraid they're not going to, and that's all that lower vibrational energy. It's like all these are anchors that just slow the boat down, where we're going so slow, right? But if I focus on what I'm grateful for about who they are, what I have had with them, what I'm grateful for in my life, all that higher vibrational energy is fast, speedy energy. It speeds up. It's like, if I mention every once in a while, like if you go on like a road trip and you go with someone that is so negative and low vibrational and complaining and oh my god, you know, and it just feels like an hour journey feels like it took 10 hours, right? Then you go on a road trip with someone who's exciting and fun and great conversations and upbeat, and we're all laughing. And a 10-hour trip feels like an hour, right? So it all depends on our energy too. And so that's what we can focus on when we're going through an experience with someone else that does feel like it's moving at a snail's pace. It gives us the opportunity to work on our own energy, right? So, energy, card meaning vitality, health, healing, and passion. These qualities are expanding in your life. You're a healer and a channel for the life force of the universe. Your ability to sense energy fields is increasing dramatically. So, yeah, you might have noticed your spiritual gifts are growing and expanding too. So, that also can give you time to focus on that before you get distracted with love. Gosh. Your soul wants you to know when you hold back and repress what you feel, your body and spirit become drained. When you try to please everyone and deny yourself, your life force wanes. If you strive to meet everyone's expectations but forget to honor your own needs, your energy field becomes dull. Allowing your emotions and needs, wait, sorry. Okay, I understand this now here too. It says, allowing your emotions and needs the freedom to be spontaneously expressed, however, causes waves of energy to expand inside of you. Running on your own resources, it's easy to become drained. However, letting the divine light of the Creator flow through you easily replenishes your soul. I love that. Your affirmation, healing energy, and immense vitality flow through me easily and effortlessly. I like that. I'm so glad you tuned in tonight as well. Hopefully that is helpful. So thank you again, Red, for your dual donations, and I appreciate you. Enjoy your eventual. All right. Hey, yay! Good to see you. Yeah, I did get your donation. It did come through over yonder here. Oh, let me get rid of this here. There it is. So thank you for your donation via CashApp. So we'll circle back around. Next, we got Moonlight, and then Alice, and then Sun and Moon, and then Cat, Lady of the Sea, and then you, yay. So that is what we have. All right. Let us return. Make sure I didn't skip anyone. All right. Good, brudda-zen. Good boy, good boy. I don't know. I'm so hyper all of a sudden. All right. What's in that coffee? What's in that juice? All right. So let's jump in here. So Moonlight 5. Let's grab your timestamp here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. I love your little sticker. Looking through the eyes of love. All right, let's see what we have here. So Moonlight, thank you for your donation. You're having strange, sudden feelings these days, anxious, sad, etc. Are you picking up someone's feelings? You don't understand why you personally would have these feelings in different situations. I tell you what, and we'll pull cards just to get more clarity for you, but my God, this astrological energy has been unbelievable, heavy. I mean, not this week, but the week before last Thursday and Friday. Yeah, it was last weekend. So last Thursday and Friday, I woke up feeling so heavy, almost felt like I was depressed, but I don't have anything to be, like you said, I don't have anything to be depressed about or feeling heavy or sad. It was like a sadness, and and I had to do things to ground myself and to get myself out of it into this higher vibration, but it just felt so heavy. And then that was Thursday and Friday, into Saturday and Sunday, I felt like I wanted to cry like all the time as well. And then it kind of lightened up Monday, Tuesday, but I've been having crazy, crazy, angry, uh combative dreams with people, and I'm like, what is all this stuff? There's a lot of stuff bubbling up and being transformed as well. So you're not alone in this as well, Moonlight, just to say all of that, right? All right. Teresa, come. All right. Let's take a look here, Moonlight. Let's take a look here. So what do they want you to know? What's all this stuff? Is it someone, or what is the source of this? Emotional, and it's like an emotional tsunami, right? Maybe we're picking up the earthquakes because it felt like, rah, when did the earthquake happen? Maybe that was the release. When we're like, the earth, we felt the earth's energy bubbling up. We'll take a look here, but there's that energy that's out there. Bottom of the deck, you do have the Eight of Swords, which is a release of old mindsets. You are clearing away some emotions too. You've been doing a lot of emotional release, and in a way, I feel like you're also helping transmute some of the energy of the planet. A lot of empaths are, which is interesting. I did not know that to just now, but that's a lot of the energy we're helping transmute. The energy of the planet. There's a lot of lower vibrational energy that needs to be felt, to be moved through, instead of having it being pushed down. And we're helping transmute energy. So that's some of it. Some of it is our own. And I feel like with all this energy, we are having stuff come up. Like, there was a situation when I was a young teenager, because I dreamt that I put a cat in a microwave to sleep because I thought it'd be warm in there. And then I got some tea and stuck my cup in there and closed it and turned it on, and I realized the cat's in there, and the cat was dying after being radioactive in there, and I'm holding him while he's dying, and it brought up this emotional thing I had when one of my cats died when I was younger. It was dying on the side of the house. It was suffering, and I won't go into the other details, but it was this energy I needed to feel and release, and that was bubbled down inside. So we are transmuting some of our own energy, but also other stuff, some subconscious stuff. I feel like there's this flood that's bringing all this stuff up and out so that we have the space for where we're headed for humanity. Interesting. Let's see what else we have. Yeah. Yeah. So there's this grounding energy of the King of Pentacles, Earth energy, and the Ace of Wands. There is a lot of energy that's going on here. This is a good reminder, oh God, of how much it's so important for us to ground ourselves right now, especially because there is so much going on. Mother Earth will help us ground ourselves while we're helping with the energy of the human collective, transmuting all this energy. And so she'll help us ground. So whatever your grounding practices are, also discover some new ones. Wouldn't hurt, right? In fact, that's a good idea for us all. I'm going to put got this little turquoise stone. I'm going to put that over here. Actually, I'm going to put it over here so that I'll remember to also look into more grounding things. That's good for us all to do. Maybe we'll talk about some or something. We'll see. But I feel like that's good. What else? Yep. Transformation, long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. So this is that transformative energy. You are going through that. Things are changing. And you do have this, the devil card is that letting go of old mindsets. And as we're letting go of some mindsets, there's emotions that are attached to them that get released. There's also, when we're doing emotional release, it releases thoughts and beliefs from our brain that were attached to that. So we're doing mental and emotional work. It's clearing a lot of things out of us. And as we're clearing things for the planet too, we also get to, our stuff joins with that. So, and as it gets pushed out too, I like that. Did not know that either. That's cool. As we transmute the energy of others in the world and help humanity, we also are helping ourselves. Whatever it comes through, it magnetizes and grabs the stuff that was within us and takes it with us. So, I mean, why not? That's like a benefit, right? So we deserve that. So I feel like that's a lot of what's going on here. You got the justice card, seeing things from a higher perspective. The double endings and double beginnings of those two X's really shows themselves here. Yeah. To clear the way, the Four of Wands energy is clearing the way for joy, clearing the way for this. The Four of Wands energy is also to clear the way for energetic beings to come closer to us too. So it is, we're cleansing a lot of lower vibrational energy. So, wow, so higher vibrational beings can come to the planet, come closer to the planet. So, because all this lower vibration is so heavy, it's important. So, a lot of empaths, which a lot of you in here, if you've been feeling, oh my God, you're helping transform a lot of the lower vibrational energies and emotions of the planet, um, for the sake of our human collective. So you're taking one for the team, is what they're saying here. If you know what that means, it's like, all right, I'll do this because I love our human collective. We will do this. So a lot of us are stepping up to do that. Evidently, I love that. So hopefully that helps a little bit there, knowing it's not, you know, that we're going crazy. I cannot, I'm a, disclaimer, I'm not a licensed psychologist. I can't guarantee it. But that would explain our emotional adventures, though, right? All right, let's see what we have here for you, Moonlight. We got silence. Ooh, look, master number 44, power number 44. Look at that. Silence. Silence. Be still and take the time to move into the silent place within you. Locate your internal source of power. Your soul wants you to know, in silence, you'll find your sacred witness. It's the dwelling place of the soul. Your spirit loves the truth, and in peace, you can seek and discover your truth. If you're in pain, go into it until you find the source so it can be healed. Move past the bustle and clatter and chatter of life into sweet quietude and surrender to stillness. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of overwhelm, urgency, and emergency. Your power is born in silence. Seek solitude to listen to the voice of your higher self and awaken your inner wisdom. This peace gives birth to your serenity. Wow. Your affirmation, I am serene no matter what is occurring around me. I am serene. Wow. I love that. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So glad you asked that question. That makes so much sense of what's going on with myself. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So thank you, my dear. Alice, you're up next. Let's grab your timestamp here. All right, there we go. Thank you for your very calm and serene emoji. You want to know, what was RJ doing over this past weekend, and how does he feel and think towards you? All right. So this past weekend, because you're on the other side of the planet, right? Are you? No. Whatever weekend you are meaning, they know. So what was he doing? What was RJ doing? Okay, all of that over the weekend. Okay. And how does he feel and think towards you? So how does he feel? How does he think? All right. What was he doing this past weekend? Well, wow, a lot of thinking, it looks like. All right. So hopefully I'm back. It looks like our internet temporarily went down and then came back up.